Lovely man, and when he was alive he really was. Pink Flamingo, knew him when he was with Hello Sailor way back in the day with Graham Brazier and Grumpy Lions and all those guys. Yeah, used to be their engineer actually. 20 minutes after 11 o'clock, it is 19 degrees. I win the weather competition this morning with my co-host Barbara and the weatherman. Well, the weatherman doesn't stand a chance anyway. It's 11 degrees. Come on, man, get it up a little bit. Barbara said 17, I said 18. Well, look at that, 20 degrees. I win. Absolutely loving that. Now, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and absolutely elated today. But first of all, got to welcome along everybody that's joining us here on Facebook Live. Absolutely brilliant to have you on board. If you're going to be watching a little later on, you know, over there on the YouTube interwebby thing, don't forget, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Yeah, bell because of notifications, stuff like that. When we have important people like what we have today, and believe me, you're going to love this. Yes, Hillary Waring, coming out of the band Hillstaxx. Yeah, she's joining us. She is absolutely fantastic. You know, you've been requesting her. You want to know more. You want to know everything about Hillary and the band Hillstaxx. Believe me, I'm that excited. I am. So let's get into it. Here's Hillstaxx live with Angel. So we got a couple of minutes to go at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice. How's things over in Maine?
They're good. They're humid. It's been really hot last week. It was up in like the 90s, and we get a lot of humidity here, so it's hard to work when it's that humid out. But this week we're seeing nothing but rain.
Yeah, that's the downside of that, isn't it? It really is. But yes, Mother Nature, she's a darling. You know, we need water. At the end of the day, you know,
we do.
There's no new water or no new dirt on this planet, so we need to protect what we get. We do.
Absolutely.
How's the COVID thing going over there?
It's going. The mask mandate has lifted. A lot of people have gotten their vaccine. The social distancing is still happening. A lot of people, I'm sitting downtown right now by the waterfront, and I see quite a few people out and about walking, so it's nice to have people be able to enjoy the weather. And
okay, are they wearing masks? Is it a mandatory thing, or no worries?
It's personal choice.
Right.
If you want to, you can, and if not, they highly suggest a vaccine if you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I haven't had mine. I'm still organic.
Yes, I'm organic as well.
Nice. I like people that can appreciate that joke. Come on. I do, yeah, it's fun. Here's something really that happened here in New Zealand. When we first went into lockdown, we were told we had to wear masks all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And our security minister, literally in Parliament, was up in arms because the security software didn't have face recognition. Well, it did have it, but it wasn't working because there's all these people with masks on. They weren't being able to recognise anybody, right?
Yeah.
So they went ahead and fixed that problem so it could work properly. So a guy goes into a bank and robs a bank in the biggest city we've got without a mask on, without anything, not even a hat. The system couldn't recognise who it was.
Wow. What a mess.
That was crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, listen, it was worth making fun of. It really was. Anyway, Hillary, let's go live to the desk. Welcome to Galaxy. It's going to be a lot of fun, okay?
Yeah.
And I promise you, it will not be like the rigid 12 questions. Believe me, I don't want to know what people wear on a desert island when they're stranded, okay? It's about you, it's about your songwriting, and it's about your music. All right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Would you be my angel? Nothing like to judge. Would you be my angel? My heart burns like a star. Would you be my angel? Keep me on board. Keep me
That's right. You're right here at galaxy107 FM. Nice to have everybody along. Got to welcome along everybody on Facebook. We've done all of that. It is 25 after 11 o'clock, 20 degrees. Not bad. Celsius, by the way, not Fahrenheit. And I'm absolutely elated because today I'm catching up with lead singer from the band Hillstaxx, Hillary Warren. Now, Hillary, welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, believe me, it is an absolute pleasure and an honour. I'm very, very humbled to have you join us. I really, really am, because here you're making quite the impression with not only our staff, but our listeners as well. And believe me, we have a few countries that are tuned in right now. So believe me, we love getting brand spanking new music, new artists, especially independent artists like Hillary, out in the world. And believe me, you've got a huge amount of people behind you with Horizontal Trees Music, HZT Records.
Yes, Alan Foster and Paula Hersom. They're my music gods. They've helped me do mostly everything I've done as far as taking what I've written and putting it into a song that's enjoyable.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, you're in Maine right now, but you are bringing out this brand new EP, Awaiting the Due. Now, this was done at Yellow Dog Studios over there in Wimberley, Texas. That's a long way away from Maine.
It is, a little bit.
Yeah, you couldn't find a studio closer?
Well, we were working. We're in the midst of, Alan's building a studio right now, and it's coming along really good. It's, the people at Yellow Dog are fantastic, and Alan had known them prior and recorded a couple of CDs there, and he suggested for me to come and see what it's like to be in the recording studio for the first time. So I went, I think about 2 years ago, not on the date, and that's when we recorded Awaiting the Due. And I did good. The very day that I had to do vocals, I actually felt like I had strep throat, but I didn't. But it just might have been my nerves or something. So it was just an experience to try and kind of replicate my voice when it was healthy to sing for the album.
Well, I tell you what, I'm an engineer myself. I have been now for about almost 40 years. Yeah, even though I'm only 21, this is what radio does for you, if you know what I mean. But believe me, I've not only done studio recording, but front of house as well, toured around the world with some very, very large names in the industry. I really, really have. A couple of them Australian, they only seem to come up with 4 letters. They get lost after 4 letters, I'm sure of it. They can't even spell beard, 4X on the cat. So believe me, you might be able to put together a couple of Australian bands with 4 letters. And yes, I've worked with both of those closely. In fact, one of them, their drummer lives about an hour and a half away from me, and that's one with one of those things in between 2 letters, if you know what I mean. You'll figure it out. His name's Phil, by the way, a good friend of ours. But also Dave, the very first lead singer. We're actually going to put him in a magazine very, very shortly as well, Dave Evans. Believe me, keep an eye out for that. I want to talk to you about this magazine as well, because we would love to be able to do a little follow-up promotions of you, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yes.
Now, we started the show with Angel. Now, tell me a little bit about this. How did you come to the lyrics of that?
So, it's always my friend, but my friend was like, hey, I want to, I met this guy at an open mic. He records music. Let's go and write a song with him. And we go, and it's in the middle of kind of like the city, and it's an upstairs apartment. And I meet him, and his name is Maurice Herring. And he had a hip hop beat that was like something like along the lines of similar to the notes that are in the one on the album. And he's one of the main things is he was just like, write a song about angel, whether it's an angel or describing an angel, and we're both thinking, and I was like, well, how about could you be my angel? And he says, okay. So I went home and I had a bunch of time to write it, and my friend Callie had picked me up to go and record it, and I asked her to pull into the local drugstore because I didn't write any lyrics yet. So we're sitting there, and I busted out the lyrics for it in probably like 20 minutes under the biggest pressure because I was about to record it, and it was just a fluff on my end because I should have had it written. And so it was very lengthy as far as the album version. I kind of went off the page, and that's what Alan Foster kind of guided me into songwriting. He says you want to basically like snapshot your song. You want a picture, but you don't want it to have like descriptives or stuff that's not relevant. So we cleaned it up and took away a couple sentences and re-recorded it at Yellow Dog Studios with mandolin, guitar, drums, strings, piano, so a whole bunch of instruments, and it just made it really magical.
Now, tell me about David Pearsonville.
Yes, he is a recording artist and producer over at Yellow Dog Studios. He also works at Abbey Road Studios. Not recently because of COVID. He actually had a hard time getting back to the States when it first started, and we're glad to have him back and healthy. He is incredible when it comes to just putting on the magic hat, per se, and saying, yes, this sounds good. No, how does this sound to you? And so recording with him the first time, it was my first time. I was a little nervous, but I actually went back this past February and we recorded a couple songs, and it was just like working with myself almost, because the communication was just really, really good and there. And we kind of both all looked at each other through the glass while recording, and we're like, maybe retake kind of at the same time. And then some of them, I'd be like, oh, did that sound too good or too good? Did that sound good at all? And they're like, that's a keeper. So he's really good at having an ear for multiple instruments and vocals. And
I get that, I really do. As I said, working in studios now almost 40 years, believe me, and I've worked with some of the best bands of the world. It's not often that I find a band that really, really intrigues me. Unfortunately, Hillstaxx does that for me. I'm really, really impressed with this particular band, with this lead singer, and everything with the sound. I really, really am. Being an engineer, I don't listen to music as a fan would. I listen to it as an engineer. I break it down in its increments. And or as a disc jockey, you got to appreciate that as well for for radio purposes and stuff like that. So believe me, when I find an artist much like yourself, I get really excited because this is really, really good music. It is. Love, love, love the talents across the board. Got to say hi to Ryan Neville as well. Wife, okay, I'm certainly hoping, because believe me, bro, we're very, very worried about it right now. Hope she's coming home very, very shortly, bro. Our hearts and our love and our prayers and everything are with you, my friend. Stay strong, literally. Cheryl Arnold's on board as well. Nice to have you on board, sweetheart. And welcome to Galaxy again for another live interview with an absolute talent right here. And now I want to basically take you through this because we're going to go for a ride. Okay? And I'm going to find out where we're going. Take me down the road. Let's go for a ride.
yeah. Oh, so Go for a Ride. It was originally written by Alan Foster. He has a library of songs he's written. Every day he's at work. He doesn't have a radio in his truck. I don't know. That's the one thing we don't kind of line up because I need music when I drive. He's the opposite. He doesn't listen to music when he works. He writes music in his head. So he has this library of songs, and he knows I like trucks and like going places and just having the freedom of the open road. So he was scamming through and he said, oh, you know what? Why don't we try you singing this song? And he started kind of playing it on the acoustic. And next thing I know, I'm just like fully into it, like an anthem. Like it's just one of my favorite songs to sing, because there's just so many different ranges that I hit with my vocals, and it just really, I like kind of like sharing a common enjoyment for the road for driving, and it's really fun to listen to.
I got to let you know, Hillary, that when we first started playing your music, and believe me, we didn't say anything to anybody. It's like you dip your toe in the water, you know what I mean? We just play it out, you would get it out there, see what the reaction is, and your music literally blew up our interwebby thing. Poor Sarah at reception felt sorry for her, actually, because believe me, everybody wanted to know everything there was about Hillstaxx. Now, we didn't know a lot at the time, so we couldn't really say a lot, and believe me, Angel was getting a lot of notice right then. When we went to go for a ride, so far at the moment, 1,737 requests to date, and we do have a young lady coming out of Toronto. She wants to know, Hillary, what's the secret to your success? How long have you been doing this?
I've been singing since I was about 5, and the things that, I guess the way I can answer this question is the things that could have stopped me would be self-doubt and not enough confidence, and having one person be like, oh, you know, you didn't sing very good that song, or why did you choose your name for that? That's a silly name, or blah, blah, blah. And it's just, you know, I take in a lot of that and take it personally, because I'm soft bear. I'm very easy to upset, but not in that sense. But as far as like something I've worked really hard at, and to have negative feedback, it would have pushed me down a long time ago if I just didn't say, you know what, negative feedback is feedback, and that's good. You know, if you get the feedback, you can either work with it if it's, you know, truly someone that you trust for advice, or you could just use that as empowerment to just keep singing and be an annoyance to whoever doesn't like it.
Hillary, we work on the process. Love your haters. They're your biggest fans sometimes, you know what I mean? And they talk about you the most. Yeah, love those guys, absolutely.
I love my haters.
Yes, absolutely. So right here at Galaxy Live, joined by Hillary from the band Hillstaxx. Here's Go for a Ride. How you feeling, Hillary? You okay?
I'm feeling great. This is fun.
Nice, nice. Believe me, are you looking at doing more recording soon? Are you looking at doing a complete album, not just an EP?
I'm working on it. So far, I'm just doing single releases.
Okay.
But the main goal definitely is a full album.
Nice, nice. So
Yeah.
therefore, I'm going to ask you, will you come back again? Will you release more new music with us in the future?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Brilliant, because we would love...
Probably in the background.
Oh, look, believe me, I get that all the time. We're in a fairly busy area, you know what I mean? So, no
Yeah,
worries.
they're loud engines.
Yeah, believe me, we got a few that go past. We would love to be able to continue to follow you in your career and promote you, if that's okay with you.
I'd love that, yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. Besides, I'm going to say, next time you're near a recordable 58, you know, a 58 microphone, something you can record into maybe an MP3 format, how would you like to do as a couple of voiceovers saying, hi, I'm Hillary from Hillstaxx on Galaxy 107 FM, or something like that, or on Galaxy 107 FM New Zealand, something like that, you know what I mean?
I'd love that.
It's all about keeping your name and your voice rolling with our audio audience. They keep it in their minds. Before you know it, you've got a whole heap new fans, you know?
Yeah.
Believe me. And we want to get behind you and promote you as much as possible. By the way, are you familiar with the Galaxy artist page on Facebook?
I am, yes.
Brilliant.
I believe I have it. I'm horrible when it comes to my accounts as far as music and the Facebook, but I'm trying to go back and forth, and if I haven't already, I'll like it on my personal page as well.
Please, please, because it's free for the artists to use. Now, you have no idea how many people look through this. All walks of life, from event managers to labels to you name it, you know, to just ordinary people like me. We go and have a look in there. We follow who's in there. Even if you're just opening a shoebox, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it up there. Let people, the more times people see and hear of you, the more times people get behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we have a lot of people. We do.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the deck, sweetheart. I mean, how could you call this a job when you love it so much? You get to meet so many interesting people, and right here at Galaxy today we have Hillary Warning. Hillary, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. Now, you said that you've been singing since you were about 5. Natural born singer, I pretty much put you down to. Were you singing in choirs and stuff as well? Did you do the church thing?
I did the church thing. I went to school, church with my grandmother, and they do about 5 songs a day. And that's where I kind of like started to like find my keys. God love my grandmother, but she's a little off key. So when I'd sing next to her, I'd kind of like, that's where I kind of found the correlation of like tune fix in my ear. Because I pick up all my music by ear. I don't read any music whatsoever. And then my mother put me into talent shows from about 1st grade up till 8th grade. I did talent shows. Okay. And I'd sing all my favorite, if there was a movie I liked at that time, I would sing the song for it. So one year I did Titanic, Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. And that was a hit.
You know, I can see that. I really, really could, to be very honest with you. This lady's a talent. She really, really is. And I think she's got the longevity, especially... now, I've got to be honest with you. I speak to a lot of people in the music industry and have been doing so for a number of years now. And I've found one thing. These people say to me, you know, Grant, I wrote it down on a McDonald's napkin. You know, the very quick 5-minute songs, you know, I've just written it down, bang, we recorded it. These have the best longevity. They really last forever and a day, don't you agree?
I do, yeah. Because you're really writing about that moment.
Now, what made you want to be a songwriter, a lyricist? What made you want to put words down on paper and then convert that into the masterpiece you've got right now?
Well, I'm really bad at communication, and I've learned growing up talking about my feelings or whatever I'm going through sometimes doesn't translate that well into just the sentences, I guess. So when I write about songs, I could really go in depth without having it personal, in a sense, because I want to have the idea of sharing my music is I want others who have either connected or feel the same in that to really just enjoy the feeling that goes with it and live in that moment.
I get that, I really do. Now, I have a fan question for you. As a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Hillary, do you respond?
I do respond when I'm on my phone. I'm out in the woods a lot, and I kind of disconnect from the social media for a bit, and then I got to go back on social media. It's been a couple days. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. What else is there? Oh, I think that's it for now. Spotify, but that's more of like a platform.
Now, at the same time, do you have a website? More importantly, do you have a merch store on your website? Can people buy your music, and can they buy product from there?
So the merch and the CD will be available on the Horizontal Trees website, hct.com, or hctrecords.com, and they are launching their merch store actually within this next week or so. It's like right on the dot.
Absolutely, yeah. Believe me, I'm loving that because believe me, people will want to buy the products literally. And you know, today I'm wearing our resident Elvis actually coming out of New York. Yeah, Anthony Ligori, good friend of ours. He really, really is wearing him today. By the way, he sent me this. Today apparently is actually Turquoise Tuesday. Unbeknownst to me, it really is. Tomorrow's apparently International Pink Wearing Day, right?
I will have to tell my on the record label, Addison Ella loves pink.
There you go. Well,
So
you know,
I'm gonna let her know that it's Pink Day tomorrow.
yeah, apparently International Pink Wearing Day. I says to my producer, okay, so which day is blue? She goes Monday.
Oh,
Very.
am I wearing blue?
Yeah, no.
I guess my Domino's uniform is blue, so that works.
Yeah, believe me, but you remember the song Blue Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cure, right?
Yeah. No.
The Cure.
Yeah. No. Depeche Mode. Something. No.
Dispatch mode.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something
I'm
like that.
mixed
Yeah,
up.
something like that. No. I'm sorry. Being corrected again. The director says, "Of course not. It's New Water."
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the 80s and 90s, and I'm horrible when it comes to titles and artist names. I get all mixed up, but I can sing every word of the song. I just wouldn't be able to name the title.
Yeah, believe me, I don't karaoke or anything like that. But believe me, to be honest with you, you don't want to hear me singing. You really, really don't. Well, actually, I sing tenor, or maybe 12 miles away from anybody that can hear me. Literally, I'm that good. Sean
No
Simpson.
future duet.
Yeah, no. Legend in my own, legend in my own bedroom. Literally, really am. But other than that, I'm good with technology and good with mixing and good as an engineer. Good with playing different instruments. I had to grow up being a roadie and stuff like that. You got to, know the instruments, all that sort of stuff. But this thing,
Drummer's sick. We need a drummer. Time to go up.
well, to be honest, here's one for you. I actually played with the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra.
Wow.
Way back in the day, and believe me, it was way back in the 70s. My whole forte, I got one thing to do. And I pulled it off. Yeah, I played the triangle.
Oh, I was going to say, did you play the triangle?
I did, I got that.
That's exciting, though, to be there and have that opportunity in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, believe me, one of my very talented moments of playing an instrument, literally, was to get with the biggest symphony orchestra in New Zealand and be requested to do it. Believe me, I think they were desperate. Anybody that had a tux come along, we'll give you the triangle. You'll be right. We'll give you the point. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? So yeah.
The triangle holds it all together, though. Really.
It's the pinnacle, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
The big build up. Bing. Got it. Done.
It's so good.
Nice to have Sean Simpson with us as well. Love you, lady. I really, really do. And thank you for your continued support here at Galaxy. Please keep watching. We love you. We really do. And today, we've got Hillary coming out of the band Hillstaxx. Now, I figure, Hillary, that every song tells a story, but there's a backstory involved in this. Now, Run For Me fascinates me. Tell me all about it.
Run was written by Alan Foster, but the storyline with that is when you listen to the EP, Angel's kind of a song written to my mom. I had lost my mom to cancer when I was 18. And with the whole I don't want to say the song's about my mom, but it was definitely like a highlight in the writing process of it. So after we had recorded Run, it was very, very difficult to record. I actually had to have everyone making funny faces at me through the glass because I would tear up, and it was just a really incredible, emotional song to record. But at the end, when we heard everything together, we kind of elaborated that it was like my mom singing back to me. It's like, like a nursery kind of, everything's going to be fine. Rest easy now, assured that I'll look after you. It's really neat how and that was unintentional, having Angel first and Run last. So that was kind of magical.
First of all, condolences on my behalf and everybody here at Galaxy. We had no idea. Believe me, we really do feel sorry for you for that. But this one, literally, people are starting to take notice of. They really, really are. They're starting to request it. Okay, be it just under the 500 mark right now, but it is gaining momentum. It really, really is. And we are playing it a lot more. People are asking for it a lot more right here at Galaxy. So believe me, love, love, love this track. Here's Hillary and the band Hillstaxx and Run on Galaxy. How you feeling, Hillary? You okay?
I'm feeling great.
Nice, nice. I'm a big fan of artwork, and I'm looking at your art. Yeah. How many?
Oh yeah, I got lots of tattoos. I
Yeah.
got Maine,
There you
Make
go.
Each Day Count. That's from Titanic.
Okay. Yep.
I got my Amy Winehouse lightning bolt.
Yeah.
I got lotuses because I like organic biochemistry and apothecary. This is a drawing by Kurt Cobain from
Right.
Nirvana.
Yeah.
for the
That's what caught my eye.
Incesticide album.
Yep. I
I
recognise
got
that.
another Maine because my dad and I wanted matching tattoos, and this one didn't heal very well, so I ended up getting that one, but I wanted to keep this anyway.
Sure. Sure.
I got my Crass. I don't know
Nice.
if you know the band Crass.
Yep. Yep.
I got them, and I got a basic line just because it's kind of like eternity. One more Amy Winehouse tattoo, the horseshoe,
Sure.
and
Sure.
I got tons.
We'll stop there. Believe me, I understand. I do. But believe me, I am a big fan of artwork. I really, really am. I used to tour with people where we did tattoo shows. You know what I mean? I used to do a lot of hosting
Yeah,
for people. We get a dozen or 2 dozen tattooists or dermatologists in the same auditorium working on people all the time. Then we would show their artwork and all that sort of stuff. So believe me, I absolutely love it. But I'm a big coward as well. I've only got a couple.
We won't have the COVID jam.
The worst one that hurt, I'd have to say, was my sternum and the top of my foot.
Okay, well, interesting, interesting. Terry Van
I
Cannon's
was
on
all
board.
tough thinking I could do it.
I get it. Believe me, I got a friend of mine who's had his whole cranium done. Big flames and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. And he says, you know, I'm a whole different guy when I shave my head, which he does often. He does it for support cancer stuff, you know what I mean, when you shave your head. He does that a lot, and he brings out his flame work and stuff like that. Terry Van Cannon's on board. Nice to have you on board, brother, man. He's coming out of North Carolina. Absolutely fantastic. He's a master of the steel guitar, the lap guitar.
Oh, nice.
Really is.
And TJ.
TJ Cates is watching as well. Nice to have you on board. Absolutely. Got to thank everybody watching this morning, because believe me, you are in for a treat right here with Hillary. She's fantastic. She is. Awaiting the dewdrop. Where did the name come from?
So basically, I have had moments of enlightenment, most waiting after a all-night party, waiting for my friends to want to leave finally, and the sun will be coming up, and I think that, I think most of my thoughts for the day are in that very early hour of the morning where you kind of just have that peace of no cars really going by or bugs or birds. It's the sun coming up and you see all of the grass sparkle because of the dew that's on it. And that's just my favorite time of day. It's just incredible to be out there and kind of just see the simplicities of life.
You would love New Zealand. You would.
I bet I would.
In fact, let's talk about that. Because next one is a long way home, okay?
Yes.
Remember your dreams, let them
That's right, you're right here at galaxy107 FM, 5 away from 12 o'clock, lunchtime noon here, Tuesday, July 30th. I'm not allowed to call it Black Tuesday. No, apparently it's Turquoise Tuesday around the world. Okay, I got my turquoise on and was a gift literally from my good friend of mine, Anthony Ligori. Now, Anthony is our resident Elvis, you know that. Yeah, absolutely. I gotta let you know, Hillary, these particular bracelets that I'm wearing.
Oh, cool.
When I got the package from Anthony that gave me the shirt and everything, because we love to be able to absolutely promote our artists as much as possible. I'm going to say to you, if you've got any merch that you want to send down our way, we would love to be able to promote you, and you'd be surprised how many people watching this get on the interwebby thing, and before you know it, they find out who Hillstaxx is and who Hillary is and the meaning behind the name. I know.
Yeah.
Yes, believe me. It's
I'd
not...
love to send you some stuff. I'm working on designs right now. I want to start with a t-shirt. So I'm going to make up a couple t-shirts, and I'll definitely send one your guys' way. Just email me your sizes and whatnot.
I tell you what, I'll get Barbara to do all of that. And got to let you know, I'm good in pink.
Okay.
I like.
A small? No.
But no, large.
Okay.
Yeah, large. But yeah, I like pink. I do. And if it's
No muscle shirts?
no. I gave that away years ago. Believe me, when I do muscle poses down the beach, everybody laughs.
Oh.
Yeah, they do, literally. But having said that, we absolutely would love to be able to promote you and be able to wear at least one of your brands while I'm doing this, because believe me, it's all about the promotions, you know what I mean? So again,
Yes.
we want to get behind Hillary and Hillstaxx here at Galaxy as much as possible. We really, really do. Now, at the same time, I kind of mentioned to you, you know, you would love New Zealand. You know, you were saying about the name of the album, of course, being Awaiting the Dew. I needed to find out what the history was behind the name. I really did. And I mentioned that maybe you would love New Zealand. Now, what I'm leading to is basically this. Would you, once the COVID thing is over, you know, over and done with, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel, I believe that. Would you be interested maybe in popping down here to Aotearoa, you know, to the Antipodes, and playing down in New Zealand, maybe 4 or 5 shows?
Absolutely.
Would-
Absolutely.
We would love to
That
have
would
you.
be incredible.
Literally, we would love to have you playing on New Zealand stages in front of New Zealand audiences, all that sort of stuff. Maybe, you know, let's make it worth it. Do about 8 shows in Australia as well.
Yes.
Yeah, make it an Australasian deal. What do you reckon?
Oh, yes, definitely. I've always wanted to visit you guys.
Nice. Now, please don't get mixed up. You know, we're not one country, Australia and New Zealand. We actually are 2 separate countries. We have this love-hate thing going on, you know, neighbours. You know what I mean?
Yes.
One of those. It's a healthy relationship, you know. You guys play gridiron over there. We play without helmets and all that sort of stuff. No pads. We call it rugby union here. You know, it's a full-on contact sport. And, well, we are the former world champions. Australia, well, they haven't had a trophy in their cabinet for over 35 years. No, 35, real. 35 years. So, they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good, literally. But, you know, we'll take you over to Australia, well, only because we love their money. Yeah. My on-air producer says, why? I says, because we love the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good reason. It is. Other than that, we'll teach them how to spell beer. Look,
B-E-A-R?
no, well, you know, B-E-E-R, you know, beer.
Okay.
Right, but believe me,
Yeah.
when I was over there, the very first time we went over there, they took us into this bar. The barman says, what do you want to drink? And I says, I have a beer, please. And he put this can down with 4 X's on it. I looked at him and went, can't you spell beer? He goes, nah.
My goodness.
That's actually the brand, 4X apparently, but well,
Oh, okay. I thought it would be like liquor or something, moonshine or something.
beer. Couldn't spell beer, just 4X's, whatever.
I see. Fill in the blank.
Yeah, but I think they were around in Ned Kelly's day, actually. If you know who he is, he was an outlaw back in the day over there. Famous, very famous. Like the kid, what was his name, the kid? Used to rob
Billy the
banks.
Kid.
Billy the Kid, yeah, he was like him. You know what I mean? Used to rob banks. Just
Yeah.
put a garbage can on, or a bucket in those days on his head and, opened up a garbage can and made the very first bulletproof Australian.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, believe it.
Learned something new.
There you go. Do you know much about New Zealand?
I don't.
Okay, well, let me, briefly put you in here because, believe me, I think you're going to love this because it's going to be a long way home from here, literally. But New Zealand is, primarily made up of 3 islands. Mm-hmm. One little island right down the very bottom of New Zealand called Stewart Island. Unfortunately, it's the only one that got a name, literally. Well,
Stuart.
Yeah, Stuart's a healthy name, you know what I mean? Nice, strong, manly name. Then the people who named New Zealand ran out of imagination for real. They called the next island South.
Oh,
Yeah,
very unique.
yeah, great. And then they had to follow it up, of course, heading upwards, North, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
very
interesting.
original. Yep, it is now.
Well, at least it's not west or east.
Well, that's what Australia is to us, our West Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave that there. We will. No, yes. I would love to shift Australia, but we can't, all right? So we'll leave it there. Really. But having said that, Hillary, I got to be honest, we need a name for these 2 islands. I like to name things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, we are the galaxy. Now let's go to space. Mm-hmm. Scientists these days, the most interested people in things in space, including aliens and UFOs and stuff, are actually the scientists, not the politicians, not the armies, navies, air force, any of that, not even us. The scientists are more interested in it than anything. They really, really are. And including putting together SETI and all those sort of places around the world. They look for all sorts of things off this planet, right? And they're finding new planets all the time. Now, be it that this planet has got an expiration date at some stage, don't know, but they're looking for a new planet, in the Goldilocks zone and all that sort of cuddly, warm, fuzzy, bear stuff. But they are looking for it. But, the scientists have a goal, literally as human beings. They go and name that planet. Don't they? They do. They go out and name the planet. They don't go and ask the people that live there, can we name your planet? They don't go and ask what the name of the planet is. They go ahead and name it. And including their moons, right? They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But ours is just called Moon.
Yeah.
How boring.
Yeah, boring.
Yeah, well, we get
It
it.
should
It's
be
just-
like Euphoria or something cool.
I was thinking Celestial Body Brian.
Yeah. Brian's good.
Yeah, no, look good on a check too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Celestial Body Brian. Love that. Dude, so, I'm into renaming stuff, as you can figure it out.
Yeah.
But it would be a long way home from the moon, I kind of reckon. Hillary, tell me about Long Way Home.
Long Way Home. It was in Alan Foster's collection of songs. And how it kind of came up is I described about how I love driving and how if I don't feel like, because I have a flat that's very, very small, and when I go home to it, I'm kind of just bunkered down in my room, and it kind of bums me out a little bit. So if I'm heading home from work and I don't feel like going home right away, I'll take that long, long, long way home and listen to my favorite songs and kind of just watch beautiful sunsets here, or just go down to the beach and just sit in my truck and take the other long way back. I just try to avoid going home at all costs some days.
I understand that, I really do. And it's 1,751 requests. This is your most requested song. And I'm finding it hard to get through a breakfast show without playing Hillstaxx and Long Way Home here at Galaxy. How you feeling, Hillary?
I'm feeling great.
Nice. Well,
It's fun.
I got to let you know you're a superstar here at Galaxy.
Yay!
You really are.
Am I coming in okay on the technical end?
You're doing.
Okay, awesome.
You're doing
I got the
fine.
ancient iPhone 8, so.
Believe me, you're doing absolutely wonderfully. You really, really are. And I'm going to talk to you about getting Barbara to send you some details. I want to be able to set up a meeting between you and Jay from a magazine coming out of India called Lazy J Magazine. Now, there's about 8 million people in his region where he is right now, and I'm sure Jay knows each and every one of them by name. You know what I mean? A very popular man. He really, really is. But he's got this absolutely fantastic magazine. In fact, we have an article that we do in every month as well. We would like to be able to introduce you to him, see if we can get you in that magazine. Would that be okay with you?
Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. So I'll get Barbara to set something up, and then we'll leave it in Jay's hands, if you know what I mean, because believe me,
Yep.
he loves the people that we send to him, but at the same time, he too has got people that pick and choose the right people. So,
Loads.
yeah, believe me. So we will, would love to be able to introduce you to him. Let's put it that way.
Yes, thank you.
And again, I mean it. I would love to be able to wear one of your t-shirts, get your brand out there. We'd
Yes.
love to have production add a voiceover or two of yours onto our station, because with the amount of people that we have rotating through our station on an hourly basis is just phenomenal. It really is. I don't know how we got so many. I think this started 7 years ago. Literally, we started interviewing people because Barbara and I were getting drunk on air at night time, right? We had a thing called Skype Party Monday, where we would just break open the bottles and we'd contact friends of ours on Skype, and they would do requests and stuff, and we'd start. But the bosses come to us and says, Grant, this is not a good look. You know what I mean? Love the Skype idea.
Partying and the content separate.
Yeah, no.
Let it inspire each other, but not mix.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't be doing that. So they should come up with a new idea, and we says, well, why can't we interview indie artists or artists of a whole and find out their story in life and story about their music and stuff? And well, it's growing exponentially from there. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
now you're part of the Galaxy family.
It's funny, I used to call into all the local radio stations and do the whole, we have BLM here. I'd say, this is Hillary, and you're listening to BLM, and they probably all were just like, who is that? So for me to actually be doing that now is just fantastic.
Nice. Let's go back to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 9 minutes after noon lunchtime, and finally it's gone down to 17 degrees. See, you got there sooner or later anyway, didn't you, Barbara? It is Tuesday, July 13th, and apparently it's Turquoise Tuesday, which is, okay, I'm in it. I'm there. I'm right there. I've got to let you know too, by the way, Hillary, I'll let you have a look here. Oh, where are we? These...
I love those. I have a pair of earrings with the
Yeah, no,
gold that I saved.
by the way, I've got to be honest, I'm loving the furniture. I really am, and yeah, absolutely loving
I
that.
don't know if you can see it, and I'm not sure which ear it is. I think it's this one. I actually got a window. I could pick up music by ear, so I got music notes tattooed
Very
behind
cool.
my ear on one of them. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, no, the other one.
I forgot.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one.
Yeah, no, the other one.
Oh, the other one.
The other one. That one. Yeah.
I swear my ears are clean.
Yeah, it's all
Clean
good.
behind my ears. Double check.
It's all good. I didn't see a potato farm. You're good.
Oh, good.
You know, I want to let you know this. The guy I'm wearing today is actually Anthony Ligori, and he sent me this package, and in it was this little bag, you know, Ziploc bag, and inside that had a note going, Grant. And I thought, oh, well, that addressed to me, sweet as, you know, because I was talking to him when I did an interview with him about the wristbands that he was wearing at the time. He goes, oh, you know, well, he's partially Native American Indian as well, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
he says, you know, it's just part of my heritage and stuff. And I went, sweet. He says, I'll send you some. I went, okay. When I opened this up and I first saw these, I thought, he sent me his teeth.
Ah!
Freaked out. Wasn't until I took a good look and I went, that's a hell of a molar actually. That would, you know what I mean?
It does,
that I realised,
I know what you mean. The side of profile of it could look like a tooth.
Yeah, well, you know, just first glance at it, I went, oh gosh. Yeah, I really did. Because I've had some weird stuff sent to me. I've even had a voodoo doll sent to me.
Oh no!
Now I got to think
Like,
about.
do I open it? Do I wash my hands? Do I wash the air? What do I do?
Yeah, exactly. You know, but you know, it was a white witch that sent it to me, and it was for good reasons, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
I'm not a vindictive person. I would never use it for anything bad or anything like that. But believe me,
Comes back times 5.
yeah,
It did.
it kind of does. You know, that's karma, isn't it?
It is.
You know, so
The atmosphere is unforgiving if you have bad intentions.
exactly, and that's why I think karma shows us through your music what our audio audience enjoys here, if you know what I mean. So I think your secret to your success literally is the karma of people relating to your music. Now, are you still writing? Are you working with Alan and still doing more music? Are you going to be releasing anything new very shortly?
I will be. I'm still writing. Nothing. We did 2 songs that we'll be releasing very soon. But we gotta take some time and sit down and have a couple days together to re-evaluate our kind of energy. When we get in the room together, we kind of put an idea out there, like, what do you want to write about? Maybe we'll write it down. And then within a half hour or so, we have a song made because we just plug away and we think the same kind of ideas, and we can kind of almost read each other's minds when it comes to writing lyrics and music. It's really neat. We write really well together.
That's compatibility. That's a good mix of being able to write. That absolutely. Now, tell me about Adam Arya.
I'm sorry?
Tell me about Adam, the guy who mastered your work.
He works out of Portland, and he's well known in Maine. I wasn't familiar with him when I first wrote the album, but I'd bring it up to my dad. Hey, I'm getting mastering done at this place, and he says, "Oh, wow, he's been doing that for a while. How'd you do that? Get in there?" And he did such a good job, because when I heard the raw recordings of my album, I looked at Alan and Paula and I was like, "We can't put this out. What happened?" Like, because I could just hear all of my personal imperfections that I thought were just crazy. And they're like, it hasn't gone to mastering yet. Don't freak out. So when it came back from mastering, I almost forgot that there was anything wrong with it at all. It was incredible, his magic, that he just seamlessly added everything up to sound perfect level and no noises anywhere. Or
Believe me, I understand. I really, really do. So let's give his business a plug. Where's he from?
Portland. He works out of Portland, Maine.
He works out of Portland. Does he have a name for his business?
He does, and I might apologize. I can't think of it right now. My goodness. I know that.
Is it Gateway Mastering?
Yes.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
There you go.
My goodness, I was not prepared again.
That's more.
You're probably like, wow, thanks.
Yeah, believe me, the next one's going to be good, right?
I have all my ducks in order.
Yeah, believe me, absolutely understand that. Now, Hillary, we're going to have to move on, unfortunately, but we would love to see you again. and we would love to be able to playing your music when you bring it out. Please, please, please send that to us. And if you need a therapist, well, I know a few in your area as well. You know what I mean?
Yes,
after
vice
listening to me.
versa. I'm pretty good at listening, and I won't tell a soul.
There you go. Believe me, I'm a
There's
radio.
so many secrets.
I'm a radio announcer. I don't tell anybody, right?
Yeah. 'Cause that's where the karma comes from.
Exactly. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're onto it. Literally. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody that's joined us this morning on Facebook Live. If you're going to watch again over there on YouTube later on, yeah, you know what to do. Yeah. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Keep in touch. See you in the next interview. Believe me, you're going to love the next people. And Greg Roberts is going to be joining us. Nitty gritty Greg Roberts. But in the meantime, have a great day. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's Chris Rainey and Young Homie.